Alright, y'all. So, there's been a lot of topics and a lot of discussion on Twitter lately because, you know, I'm a Twitter head and everything. And people were talking about these sitcoms, like, from the 90s, from the 2000s, everything like that. And everybody was saying, oh, this show's trash, this show's popping, blah, blah, blah. So, me personally, I was just wondering, like, what do y'all think is underrated? Because some of the shows that I be thinking of, people are like, what the fuck is you talking about? You know?
Yeah.
So,
you do be on some bullshit.
alright, well, first of all, you're not going to disrespect me like that.
I ain't gonna
And
hold
this is
you.
what we're
It's a
really
lot
not
of
going to do right now. So,
bullshit.
what I'm going to talk about right now, and all y'all got to show them, is that one-on-one with Mr. Flex Alexander.
Okay.
Is one
First
of
of all,
the...
The initial Michael
One
Jackson.
of the most underrated.
Okay, first Michael Jackson.
he was so fun. I ain't gonna lie.
As Michael
Flat
Jackson? He was
Flat App?
Flat App
was the finest of the finest.
He was fine when he was Michael Jackson? That's a problem.
Anyway, I think that was...
Nah, one-on-one was definitely...
Dwayne with the fedora. He put Neo on.
Word.
He put Neo on.
He was...
You think he put Neo on the
He
fedora?
put Neo on.
You know what's
the
funny?
fedora.
You know what's funny? Like,
Niggas
he was like
going to the
Cole.
club with what?
He was like the Cole of the show from Martin. If you compare Martin, because he always had a gang of hats.
Yeah, he had a big bitch too.
Yo, for real.
And he had a
And he
big
had a
John.
big-
He definitely did.
That's very, very true. Very,
Yeah,
very
what
true.
was Cole's Big John's name?
Big Shirley.
Big Shirley.
Shirley.
From the airport. Shit.
I don't know, man. I just think it was underrated, like, especially that light-skinned nigga who
Arnez?
ended up on every fucking show after that. Arnez. What show was he on? He was on
Cousin Skeeter initially. Yeah,
He was on Cousin Skeeter
Which is
first.
also underrated, by the way. But we're not going to get into that, I guess.
Yeah, we definitely not gonna get it.
Because we can go on tangents. Because
I don't
this
know
one
any
over here,
episodes.
Miss Samaya.
I've never seen it. I
come
probably
on.
saw like one
You a whole
episode.
grown ass.
You gotta get better.
like, never seen
Maybe
that
I'll
shit.
watch it in the fight.
Born in the 90s, you gotta watch. Cousin Skeeter is one of the, like...
You know what?
It's
Y'all
in the-
gotta
it's in
educate
the
me.
Ten
else?
Commandments.
No. You know what else was underrated to me?
What?
Pause.
Get it together. Take
Listen, now,
time.
wait a minute now. You
Take
gotta do
time.
dramatic part. The Amanda Show is an underrated
Yeah,
The Amanda Show is an underrated son.
With Penelope Tang.
Bring out the dancing lobster.
Son.
No.
Judge
it was-
Trudy?
She had one of
Judge
the
Trudy.
one of the best son. Moody's Point.
Yo! Dawson's
Did you
Creek?
ever? Did
Dawson's Creek was not touching Moody's Point, honestly.
That was a remake.
It wasn't touching. It was
Stop
a remake.
It was a remake.
I mean, I didn't know. I was like,
You didn't know that Moody's Point?
Dawson's Creek.
I'm black. I've never watched.
That makes no
I'm
sense.
black and I knew that.
Who was in Dawson's Creek? Was the lead?
What was that? Mandy
You going too far into the
Moore.
wrong
Mandy
thing, man.
Moore.
No.
No,
The lead
no.
She was a
dude.
singer.
The dude.
There was a
Oh,
singer in
Terrence
that show.
Hillam. He's in
Turn. What?
It's too many white
He's
people in that show.
What?
Isn't he on Saturday Night Live now?
Who?
The
can't keep
main
up
guy
with
that was
that.
in Moody's Point.
Nah, he's Canadian.
Wait. Yeah,
Yes,
he
he's on
is.
Saturday Night
Yeah,
Live
because
now.
because he was a part. Yeah.
I'm not bugging.
I thought you were talking about the Dawson's Creek dude.
Oh,
He's
I
definitely-
said
yeah.
Dawson's
Where the hell
Creek. What's his
Where the
name?
hell-
I couldn't get into
James
that fucking
Vanderbeek?
show.
James Vander.
And wasn't he
James
on,
Vanderbeek.
She's so smart.
Yes, I really be knowing my shit.
That
He be
guy
coming at me like,
got
oh.
all the bitches, all the white bitches.
He was on what's that
Got
damn
all of
show?
them.
that I
Yeah, all the
fucking
bitches that
hate?
don't count.
That's
Crazy.
It's
Who
whatever.
said that?
You?
Who said that?
Wow, but really, Moody's Point.
Nah,
He
Moody's-
dead ass.
Did they ever find?
Come
Her
on.
mother.
Hey.
Did he
Yo, they had
That's
it every
the next day.
episode.
when the
They had
homeless
her-
guy, when the homeless
That is
guy
the-
had the toe of
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yo. Oh,
Word.
nah.
It had two
That was that
very
shit.
good. And what's his name? Was it Kyle?
Totally
Totally Kyle.
That was
Drake Bell.
Drake
From
Bell.
Drake and Josh.
Yo, you know they're not
Drake
cool
and
no
Josh?
more?
Was Drake and Josh?
Definitely not underrated.
I think
Drake and
that was- I
Josh
think that was
arguably
proper.
the greatest sitcom on Nickelodeon of all time.
You right. No, wait.
Oh.
One of. You right.
I said
Like
arguably.
live, like with live,
Sitcom,
okay,
yeah,
live
yeah.
action, obviously.
What else is challenging it? You gonna say iCarly?
I was about to say iCarly.
I'm glad you did.
Are we kind of shit like George Lopez?
Yeah.
George Lopez is
That was
George Lopez
on
was
Channel 7.
underrated.
That was on ABC.
No,
Oh yeah, and then it transitioned.
Very
to
underrated
Nick
too,
Night.
though.
Nick and Knight, but it's
Very
underrated though.
very
George
underrated.
Lopez
That
show.
includes Taina.
Ooh,
That
Taina!
includes what's the other one?
Yo, good job. You understand.
Todos para
No, what the
Brother Garcia.
Garcia! And they had the movie when they went to Mexico.
My mind is blown.
Better than that, that includes
I can't.
Keenan and Kel, even though, I'm a,
Is Keenan and Kel underrated?
Matter.
That's not underrated.
I think
But Drake and Josh, I'm just saying Drake and Josh is better than everything.
But I'm gonna disagree and say that Keenan and Kel, out of because they had a lineup. It was All That, Amanda Show, Keenan and Kel. Out of those three, Keenan and Kel was the most underappreciated out of all of those.
True shit.
Fact. That's a fact.
Because
you know what? I'm gonna post some wild shit just because this is my guy.
Hot take.
This is my guy. All right, look. Underrated sitcom, The Romeo Show.
I'll give you that.
Nigga, that shit wasn't good.
I'll give you that.
You bugging, son. Romeo is my guy.
Just join
Bow Wow.
What?
You're bugging.
Hey, yo, turn off the mic.
I was in the middle of the Romeo Show theme song, and you gonna say that?
Nah, let's do it.
Watch and flow. It's time for the Romeo Show. Holla Romeo Show. Now Romeo Show. Now stop what you doing. Cause Romeo Show down. Hey,
Come on, what else is underrated? You said
it's
one-on-one?
just so many, I feel.
Yeah, what else is underrated?
Oh, man.
Moesha's underrated since y'all niggas want to be
Yeah,
haters
come
and
on now,
disrespect
don't
Moesha.
throw shade.
I will
Don't
go
throw
on
shade.
record
Don't
and
throw
say
shade.
Moesha is trash.
I'm not gonna say Moesha's
I'm
trash,
leaving
but
the
I
room,
will
y'all.
Moesha
say
is trash, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell at y'all later.
I'll
tell you why.
Isn't it
I'll tell you
crazy?
why it's trash. It's
Why is it
trash
trash?
because you feel me. I'm the type of person when I watch sitcoms. Sitcoms, right? They're supposed to make us laugh. They're situational comedies. That's the name of it. You feel me? Yeah, give me the background music.
I was having a hard day.
Look.
I was having a hard day at work, and
Are you gonna let me speak?
my
Look.
dad came home.
Are you gonna let me speak?
It was a bad day.
Yeah, I need no.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
I'm saying
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That shit
Mo
was
to the,
so
E
trash.
to the, Mo.
E to the, Mo to the, E to the, Mo to the. In the morning, it's morning, it's me, it's me. Now realizing my responsibility, it's me. My best friend's always on my mind. You wanna be down tonight? I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta move.
Moesha.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Two, and it's not.
It had top 2 theme songs.
That show is not
as a
trash.
show, I'm gonna tell you why. Look,
Please say.
situational comedy that's supposed to make me laugh with the situation, right? Moesha never made me.
You're a lying liar.
One. Two are at the end of every episode. At the end, I don't like TV shows or situational comedies that like to teach me lessons at the end of them.
Pause. Rest in peace to what's his damn name?
Q?
He's
No.
still alive.
He's alive and well.
Not Q. The other one. Her
twin,
first boyfriend.
Hakeem.
R.I.P.
Word. Rest in peace. Moment of
Rest
silence.
in peace and Andell too, man.
Oh,
Word.
R.I.P. and
Wait, we taking a moment of silence?
Yes, please.
You are speaking. But
Alright.
Yeah. So shout
That
outs.
nigga's-
Also talking about Andell, let's mention is Parker's underrated?
Listen, man. Dark Child produced the music on the
He produced every damn thing.
Dark Child underrated producer, by the way.
If the listeners don't know, Dark Child is the same person that produced.
Say My Name.
Yes.
Angel of Mine by
Angel of Mine by
Monica.
Yes.
The
And
Boy Is Mine by
he
Brandy and
basically
Monica.
did all
the
of Monica's
second album.
The Invincible album
shit.
as well.
He did all
Rock My World.
Michael Jackson,
Rock My World.
He did that.
He did
so that's
songs
Dark
by
Child.
all of your faves.
Facts. So if you don't know who Dark Child is,
Slap
get to
yourself
know
in
him
the
now.
face.
Yes.
Look it up.
Punch yourself.
Google.
I would want to put Parker, excuse me, let me say it correctly because I got to put
Parker
respect
Ave.
on this.
Parker Ave in Maplewood,
The
New Jersey.
Parker.
Shout out.
Are you on my dick or are you not on my dick?
Pause.
Look,
Very almost.
anyway, so I want to put the Parkers as underrated. Underrated? That's what we're doing? Underrated?
Appreciated.
Underappreciated?
Because I feel like everybody was still off the Moesha.
I know people who don't like the Parkers.
I do as well.
Which
and
I really don't
feel
understand.
Like it's
One of
like,
my best friends doesn't
It's
like
real
the
shit.
Parkers.
I've unknown
I don't know.
everyone who I used to know that didn't like it.
Used to know.
Y'all
You're a
got
damn
Joint
lie.
Wave.
Y'all a damn lie. You a damn lie. Oh man, but you want to know one of the most underrated shows that never got its glory?
Which is?
Living Single.
Yes.
Living Single.
First of all, let's start with the
theme song.
The theme song. Can we do the theme song?
Living
Yeah.
single. Oh, in a 90s kind of world, I'm glad I
greatest shows out here.
It was just like, it was so perfectly crafted. Like, it just got every kind of person in the show.
The perfect cast.
Perfect cast.
Different personalities.
Everybody meshed well. Because I hate when ensemble casts don't mesh well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one person
Perfect
is the
chemistry.
star,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody else.
just
Which is why I
supporting.
think that Family Matters is trash. But we're gonna
Family Matters is
scoop
trash.
past it. We're gonna scoop past it.
The only person that made the cast was
Listen, man,
or
don't
made the
slander
show.
the goats, okay? I'm
not saying nothing.
That's what I'm saying. This
I'm
nigga's
not saying
wilding
nothing.
today.
This is real.
I just want.
I ain't saying
All right,
think
if we
we
really
should
want to do
preface-
it, name 5 characters off of Family Matters that wasn't Carl, Urkel, or Laura.
Marwa.
Who?
Myra.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
rest in
peace.
peace.
Rest in peace.
Oh, she died?
She had cancer.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Cancer.
Damn. I'm
The
almost
I think she
girl
got
that's a
injured
porn
too,
star.
What is her name?
You don't even know her name.
Briss.
What? Don't disrespect me.
Trails.
Oh my God.
Let me pour more tequila. Cause
What's that nigga name? What's the nigga name, man?
Yes, we have alcohol.
You know I can't do it. But
Exactly.
this shit was still hard. You feel me?
really was,
Anyway,
man.
back to
It was
Living Single.
okay.
Back to
It
Living
was
Single.
corny.
Back to Living
Back to
Single.
Living Single.
Let's bring it back
First
to
of all,
Living Single.
we gotta shout out Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Word.
Jersey.
Queen.
Paid her
Jersey.
In my opinion, the greatest woman rapper of all time. But
That's a very like solid argument.
One
yeah,
of.
but yeah,
What,
like
he said
it-
one of or
yeah,
the?
one.
numero
He said the.
uno.
He said. I say one of.
D.
I mean, that's. I think we'll touch on that.
All right.
Sometime.
Cool.
You know, lists be changing every hour on the hour,
Yeah,
but you feel me? For the sake of the
Lauryn
argument,
Hill
she the
rapper?
best. Like,
Okay. I get
Lauryn
it.
Hill is definitely a rapper, but you know, for the sake of the
I think she's the
argument,
best.
if we were talking about sister acting, Lauryn Hill would be the best. You get me?
You're funny as hell.
You know
Great
what I'm
movie,
saying?
by the way.
But yeah, you know, shout out to New Jersey.
Yes.
Jersey.
Holla at me like.
Oh,
Came in with the sexy voice.
but yeah, man. What I'm basically just
Shit
trying
more
to
John
say-
Blaze, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You all.
yeah, like Living Single was wild underrated. Like you gotta think of the time that it came out. Like a basically a black woman forwarded sitcom in the early '90s. Like it was a very important thing. I don't think since like 212. It was some 712. One of them sitcoms back in the day with Jack A on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That might have been like the first woman forwarded sitcom ever. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Ooh, another one underrated. Sister very
Woo,
underrated.
sister.
Sister very underrated. And what's the smart guy?
Yeah,
Smart guy.
definitely underrated.
Yes.
Shout out to who was that?
Smart
Marcus
guy.
Houston. Shout out to Marcus Houston.
Yo, for real, go home,
Mad
brother.
Max. Shout out to Mad Max. That's the only Marcus Houston I know.
That nigga
Shout out to
deadass
Batman.
wore a clear suit on the red.
Yo,
As he should.
he was
Of
killing
course
it though. He
he
was killing it. He was sharp.
But yeah, Living Single, very underrated, man. Like, you know, a lot of his glory was taken and it was kind of overshadowed, I guess, by, you know, them. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, say who that
Say who
are.
them is.
You know,
Chin.
those guys on the other network. I think they was on the WB.
Was it WB or was it NBC? I think
It was NBC.
We talking
NBC.
about Friends.
It was NBC, definitely.
Damn.
Or
It was NBC.
NBC or
No,
CBS.
CBS.
It was NBC. It had to be NBC.
It was
No,
It was one of
CBS.
them white.
It was one of them.
White.
It was one of them ones.
one of them.
One of
It was
them
either
ones.
NBC or CBS.
But yeah,
It had to have been CBS.
basically like Living Single was basically,
Friends.
you know, Friends.
Mm,
How
it
y'all
was
know Friends
Friends.
now. So yeah, man. Like
Speaking
you know,
of, y'all saw the Jay-Z Moonlight video?
I haven't seen
NBC.
it.
It was on NBC.
It was NBC. Oh,
I
okay.
haven't seen the Jay-Z
You haven't seen it?
video.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah.
You're bugging.
I retweeted it, but I ain't seen
How you retweeted it? This shit is 6 minutes long.
It's really
I mean,
not
yeah,
that
that's a
bad.
Exactly.
But it's not that
That's a
bad.
long time.
If
All they
you
did-
crack open a bottle of wine and you watch that shit, 6 minutes gonna fly by.
Okay,
they-
you're
Trust and
right.
believe.
You
All
right.
they and it was you don't even need a crack. It was just good.
Nah, it was
Like,
very good
It
though.
was just
I need
It was
to
well
see.
put
I need to
together.
see.
they took black
that nigga Lil Rel
actors.
is funny
Who was
as
in
hell,
it?
man. Who's Lil Rel?
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae.
Lil Rel was
Homeboy from Get
hilarious.
Out.
Lil Rel's the dude.
I
with
don't
the
know.
Lakeith-
glasses.
Lakeith
Lil
Stanfield.
Rel.
He's the dude with the
what's
glasses?
He was also in Get
The
Out.
bull, Carmichael.
There you
Gerard
go.
Carmichael. Rest in peace, Carmichael.
Rest in peace. What are you talking about?
Carmichael show.
Oh,
Oh, I was about to say you fucking
Carmichael
do that.
show. Carmichael show.
Big
can't
shout
do
out to
that.
Susie Carmichael and her
Carmichael
family.
Facts.
Wait,
That's
Shout out to
very
you know what
true.
I'm saying? And, you know, Black Girl Magic at an early age.
Yo, man,
But,
honestly, hold on. Can I just sidetrack?
No.
Susie Carmichael probably is one of the first black cartoons or cartoon characters that actually dominated a white person.
True
Yeah, not
shit.
only that stood up to a white person.
Yes, she
True
stood
shit.
up to
Constantly.
that bitch Angelica
That white bitch.
every time.
I'm gonna say
and did not take no for an answer.
Angelica
I ain't
was
gonna
the
lie.
first version
she-
of
I
the bitch.
had an
should
Angelica
be-
doll.
She
You should have had a Cynthia doll.
She should
mom
be.
wanted it.
Cynthia though would have been hard. She a really cool
Cynthia,
dancer.
she's a really cool dancer.
Cynthia really cool dancer.
Boogie to the groove.
But
She
yeah.
should be idolized.
But yeah,
All these little
man,
kids. Susie Carmichael.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
It just had a bunch of like, Tiffany Haddish was in it. Shout out to
Yeah,
Girls
yeah,
Trip.
yeah, yeah.
Hilarious.
Word. That shit was
She-
funny as
she
hell.
look good.
She looked good as
She's
hell. She
quite
like fat
pretty.
ass.
She got a tongue on her.
Cool, she got
A tongue.
That
got
mole on her
that
face
booty,
was good
man.
too.
Alrighty, anyways, back to the topic at
Oh,
hand.
ugly guy.
Alright, so basically they redid
they-
a Friends scene.
With all black.
All black,
black.
actors.
Which is amazing.
And
exactly same script, same
I think it was.
outfits.
I think it was the first
Same
episode.
scenery.
Same scenery, same
Yeah. Oh, it was one of the
How
same
the
first.
hell
blocking.
did he do that?
Because
Yo, and it's crazy. They had like the legit set and
the
everything.
Same
That's
set.
what I'm
was
saying.
well
How
done,
did
yo.
he do that?
Jay-Z is really the GOAT.
Because he has money.
Come
And
on.
he has a lot of fame, and he's just a great guy.
Yeah, so
And he just
basically,
knows how to do
Jay-Z's the
shit.
Basically, for y'all that don't know and didn't listen to 444, Jay-Z's last album.
Why y'all didn't, I don't
the
know,
song,
but
right? The song
They still got
Moonlight
money
is
to their
basically a
ears.
play off of there's a bar in there. He says even when you win, we gonna lose. So it's like it's a play off of like, the movie Moonlight was nominated for an Oscar,
Best picture.
Best Picture, and then they called that bogus excuse of a film La La
Land.
Anthony. La La Land to the thing.
Hold on, wait. Oh no, continue.
La La Land to get their award, and then as soon as the white man took one pinky toe off the ground, the guy corrected himself and said it was Moonlight, and the whole
Which was
hood,
crazy.
The whole hood jumped on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Did
so
you
yeah,
watch?
Trevante was
Never.
like in shock. That's why he was gonna have a heart
Oh
attack.
Never seen
man.
that.
Oh my god.
Never
He's
seen
a-
it. They're talking
Before I
about
go
a
on
yin
the
yang. So yeah, so basically it's just a play on that. Black people being marginalized and not given the credit we deserve, and even when we do, succeed in certain things, it's marked as an L or marked as illegitimate or like a secondhand thing. You know what I mean? That was just my interpretation of it.
No, I
I
think you definitely got it right.
I
You got that to a
definitely.
T.
Nah, definitely. You did a great job explaining that, and I appreciate you.
Good
for that,
job.
man.
Come on, man.
Gold
But,
star for you.
But yeah, no, I don't know. The listeners definitely don't know, but Jay-Z is definitely my favorite artist. He's the greatest of all time, and for this video, for showing people that didn't know, like me, I had no idea
neither.
that Living Single, that Friends was a remake of Living Single. I never.
Not
It's
even
just
a remake.
not a remake,
It
just
was
a
a
white,
bite.
just the white
It was a
version.
stolen
It was a
idea.
bite because the show was still going on.
Yeah, it was still going on while Friends was going on.
I think
at the
that's
same
the
time.
craziest part
So
to
they
me.
basically
And
just cultural
they kept-
appropriation, and they kept going
Living Single
from I think
ended in the
99,
90s.
And
Friends was
then-
from
and
94.
94,
And
like
ended in
2004.
04. Ended in 04.
Yeah.
Living
That's
Single was like
crazy.
93 to 98.
It's
Something
very
like that.
short.
It's
Shit
crazy.
Like that.
Like-
Very
And
short.
So it's
Living
like-
Single was just, it's just so good.
Nah, Living
Like,
Single
I
was,
understand.
but I mean,
Living Single was 93 to 98.
it's all on like like a person's comedy. You understand? Some people, white
people
people,
like to
white
laugh.
people,
Oh.
white people don't understand certain like comedies or black comedies as we do understand. Me as a TV watcher, I understand all comedies, so I can watch a white comedy, a black comedy, and if I feel like the white comedy is better, I'll say the white comedy is better because of it would just be better.
Do you want to do a bracket?
But I mean, we could definitely sit down and do a bracket. I'm with that.
White comedies versus
White, black. I mean, no. I think black comedies will definitely win because Martin is winning over any white sitcom. I've
That
ever
shit
seen.
will last a
But-
lifetime.
But
definitely gonna take
Martin's
it.
going to the final four,
Yeah.
something like that. But like, it's all on different. I'm a little tipsy, so it's all on.
Grown man
I think I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
It's all about the perspective of like
It's
what
all
people
on.
think
Yeah,
is
it's all
funny.
on what you think is funny. So Friends.
Compared to
Friends.
Seinfeld
Honestly, I'm not
or-
gonna front. Friends was funny. It was
It
funny.
was, yeah.
It was funny. not to say that it was. I'm not saying hilarious. No, we
Brenda
know.
over there. Like,
Pro
Friends
black
was
Brenda.
more of it
But
was a
Friends,
storyline.
Friends
It
was funny
it was
because
a funny story.
yeah, because it like it would have maybe 3 episodes that were aligned with each other. You
Yeah.
understand?
I
Living
guess-
Single didn't really do that as much,
It didn't.
or
I
to
guess-
my knowledge.
It
I
didn't.
guess
No,
that's
you're right, it
why
didn't.
I don't really fuck with Friends, but I don't fuck with Friends, but that's a whole like separate reason. Me, I'm not the biggest TV watcher, so I can really go off of like I see episodes and what my perspective of funny is. So it's like I think Living Single was funny because what they talked about on Living Single and like the culture that was behind
Being
Living
related
Single
to it, right.
was relatable
Yeah.
plus funny.
Yeah. I
Whereas
see where she coming
Friends, I couldn't relate to Friends. I couldn't. I'm sorry. Maybe on like a very like surface level sort of thing, like I'm having problems with somebody that I'm like in a relationship with or like
I think-
whatever. But
yeah.
like outside of like those surface level topics, the comedy behind it just wasn't funny
Wasn't
to
funny
me.
to you, word.
The agenda pushed, I'll be
That's
like, all right, like
understandable.
that's cool. Like maybe I can relate to it, but whatever the comedy aspect was under it that made it a sitcom didn't resonate with me. So that's why
Yeah,
I'll put
that's-
Living Single over Friends.
I get that. Yeah.
And just why I couldn't
Well,
like put
I
Friends
just
on
want
that
to put on the record, I never said Friends was funnier than Living Single.
On the mic.
Oh,
He
okay,
said it
thanks.
off the mic.
No, I never
get it
said
clear.
it. I never
He definitely said those
Chinadu,
words.
if anybody knows
off the
Chinadu,
mic.
they know Chinadu is a liar.
Lion.
Or he's a gasa.
I'll let y'all niggas.
Find your way home. But anyway.
Nice night out.
No, it's not.
It's not raining. My
So,
notes.
anyway, but yeah, no, I never said Living Single was better than Friends. I'm just saying that Friends, I will give
I
it
said
because it was funny, and like me, that I actually watch a lot of TV, like since I was little, and I watched sitcoms, and I've actually started, screenwriting and stuff like that. I understand the comedy that they were trying to push.
Yeah.
You understand? I understand white comedy because I watch a lot of white TV shows. Not saying that I don't watch a lot of black TV
Shit
shows.
a little unseasoned.
There's a huge difference.
There's a, no.
Taste.
Even in that Moonlight video, you
White-
could tell the difference
Yeah.
from the black actors acting
White
the
sitcom
white
has-
roles.
They
You
have
understand?
dark humor. It's dark humor and sarcasm, and then there's like.
That's one of my favorite humors, by the way.
Yeah.
What, dark humor?
Yeah.
So when
It's
white
like
people,
Friends is
when
more-
white people do dark humor, is it cultural appropriation?
No, because dark
That was
humor
a
is
joke.
dark.
That was a joke.
It's
That was a
about.
joke.
It's
I was about
about.
to go into a whole explanation.
Friends talk about shit like that drunken night, that one night stand. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
when you
Like,
took the condom off.
yeah, like it's more on the darker side. Like Living Single is more like,
Bitch, I'm hanging out with my friends.
girl, like I seen Tyrone and he ain't
Tyrone,
pay
why
his
can't
phone
be,
bill.
Jacob.
It's an example.
My mood. Oh man, but yeah, I mean, definitely, Living Single was definitely is
Underrated.
probably one of the most underrated shows. It definitely didn't get underappreciated. Definitely, it didn't get like its proper dues. And
Absolutely.
on this podcast, I want to give its proper dues. Shout outs to everybody on the cast. I honestly don't remember all the names
I'm
of
so proud of
every
Easter
character.
egg.
But
On Living Single?
the
Khadijah?
black dude
Khadijah.
with the dread.
Overton. No, that wasn't Overton. Overton
No,
was
Overton was
light-skinned
the
nigga.
light skinned dude. What was the black dude with the dread? What was his name?
That wasn't Kyle.
Kyle. It was Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle,
That
the
nigga might have
dark-skinned
been
nigga.
me
Jeff.
he might have been me in my former life.
That nigga
Cause
looked like
that
Jeff,
nigga
bro.
is
Ugly
fuck.
as
He was the
fuck.
funniest. Oh, he was funny as
I
fuck.
thought that nigga was sus.
Like off of this,
mad
Low
weird.
key.
He was
low
mad
key.
weird
He was
to
just
me.
mad like he was just mad
Yeah.
He was just mad. Oh, no. The word is it wasn't. It was like he was more sophisticated. That's the word.
Right.
Yeah,
He was more
I guess.
sophisticated than the others.
Yeah, he was.
But he was still funny because he
So
would
he
go
was
at it with
awesome.
Maxine.
Yo.
That shit be
Maxine and Kyle, even though
Maxine
they
was
annoyed me
tough,
at
yeah.
like times, I
I
still
love
have to
their
give them their props
relationship.
as like a great
I
show.
Shout out to
Their
Pam from the
relationship.
Cosby Show.
Pam.
Shout out to the Cosby Show one time.
Oh, she was on Cosby.
She was.
Cousin Pam.
Are we shouting out the Cosby Show on this show?
Absolutely.
No.
I don't know about that.
I am shouting out the Cosby Show.
My man Bill
Great
Cosby
show.
out here really wild.
It's a great
Yeah,
show.
let's talk about it. Why is Cosby Show a great show?
It's a great show.
It's a good show.
Let's talk about why it's
The
he used the
morals,
word
He
the
was great.
great show.
He was.
He used the
hold on,
word
hold on.
great show.
Let him explain.
Why is
Please
it
explain,
a
yes,
great
go ahead.
show? A
Why is the Cosby
great
Show a
show?
great show?
A great show.
There's a lot of perspective from not even a lot of perspective. There's just the other perspective of black life, black excellence, black family, black. You know what I mean? even though like it wasn't really a realistic thing at the time. There wasn't too many black doctors and black lawyers marrying each other and having a whole bunch of kids in a brownstone in Brooklyn. But like, just the ideal of the Cosby Show, it was something for people to grasp to.
So
that coupled with right comedic relief. Bill Cosby was one of the most popular comedians at the time, and I personally thought the show was funny.
It was very funny.
I thought the show was funny.
I watched the whole 8-season show.
I thought the show was funny. And it was, aside from being funny, it was well written.
I will give that.
I'll give that.
That was my first point.
Okay, so how does that not make it a great show?
No.
There's shows that are well written that are not that great.
Like what? Name 3.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. No, Chinna, hold on.
Stop.
Before she names,
Wait, finish, Chin.
Friends was well written.
Friends
was well written.
Finish what you
but the
about
comedy wasn't.
The comedy wasn't there.
It wasn't.
For me.
It was. I thought it was funny because I understand that comedy.
But that's just my opinion.
It wasn't that funny.
Give me 2
What
more.
wasn't that funny?
Friends.
Oh, okay.
Frasier, another well-written show, wasn't that.
It wasn't that funny.
How many episodes of Please do not lie.
I watched Frasier.
I couldn't.
Guy. Yo, what?
Liar! I've never seen that show.
Oh, you're a liar, son.
I've never watched.
Please don't lie to the podcast.
Anyway,
we don't want to lie to our viewers.
He definitely.
I do, but I'm not lying.
I want to lie to y'all, but
Frasier
I never
is another
understood
one.
that show.
Frasier was the type of comedy.
Shut up. Name 3 characters on Frasier.
Nigga, I can't.
Frasier.
Frasier, he had his friend that lived with him, and then I think the nigga had a dog.
Wasn't he gay?
The dude who lived with him, I think he was.
Okay.
And
He had a goldfish. That's a character.
But anyway, the Cosby Show was a really great show.
It was
very well written, very
and it's another
comedic.
show. I'm gonna say another show that's very well written that people don't think was that great. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Very well written show.
that's my favorite black sitcom.
Talk to him about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He doesn't think it's funny.
You don't think it's funny?
I'm gonna tell you why Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Go ahead, speak, and then we go rebuttal.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is one of the only black sitcoms where the entire ensemble was funny. Uncle Phil.
Light Skin Aunt Viv was funny. Are we about to lie?
No, we're not even talking about that. I don't count Light Skin Aunt Viv because I don't count.
She's in the show. She's in the program.
Fine.
Is Little Nicky funny?
No.
I don't count him. I don't count him as part of the core ensemble.
He was low key. Little Nicky, wherever you at right now.
Fine.
Stay there.
Fine.
We don't need you back on the big screen.
Whatever.
We don't need
Will.
No,
funny.
yeah, Carlton.
Uncle Phil.
Carlton.
Funny.
No,
Carlton,
that episode
funny.
when that nigga was falling on the floor. That shit was probably one of the funniest episodes. Jeffrey might have been the funniest nigga on the show. He might have been the funniest one.
I said that a couple days ago.
He is the funniest one.
He's the funniest one.
Very sarcastic.
I think the show is good.
Are you done?
And it took those, like, even just the performance of
Ashley
those 4 people. It took the performance of those 4 people to elevate that shit.
Hillary
was funny?
Yes.
She was funny?
Yes.
You found her funny?
Yes.
She was dumb, just like Junior.
She was dumb.
Nah, Junior was funny, bro.
Junior was dumb.
Hillary was dumb. Hillary was dumb, but Hillary was dumb.
Junior was funny.
No, Junior was just extremely dumb.
He was. So was Hillary. So was Kim Parker.
Hillary went to college.
Kim Parker was dumb as shit.
But they were funny.
I mean, but let's get back. Let's get back to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah. Because I want to rebuttal. I'm gonna tell you why I don't think it was funny.
You want to?
Because I'll put Carlton, Jeffrey, and Will.
Carlton,
Jeffrey, Will. And I guess just to put it better, because I like the relationship between Will and Uncle Phil.
Okay, I was gonna say Uncle Phil too.
Over.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Yeah, definitely.
First things first.
Don't mention that nigga on this podcast. Anyway.
Whoa.
She was definitely talking about.
She was aiming for that.
Not Uncle Phil, obviously, because rest in peace Uncle Phil, but that other guy.
Shout out to J. Cole.
Those four together pulled
the show.
Pulled the show.
How many people were on the show?
That we cared about.
Jazz was on that
Jazz
show.
was-
I
mean,
thought he was.
I thought Jazz was funny.
Was a great aspect
so we
to
could
the
we
show.
can add that
My
5.
nigga, how many lines did Jazz?
Oh, and
have
Hillary. Oh, we have to add
throughout the whole
Hillary.
show, bro. Like he barely. Most of the shit that you thought was funny.
If you can
was
make-
him saying something to Uncle Phil and then getting kicked out the house.
But if
That's
you,
what made it funny.
but it's funny.
You can't count him as a main character.
Fine.
Yes,
take
well,
take.
you can.
All right, Jazz
You
out,
can.
Hillary in. Fine. That's
Huh?
5 people.
Hillary was not funny.
Hillary
Yes,
was
she
funny.
was.
All right, whatever.
I'm waiting for you to finish your point so I
Hillary
can tell
was
you
funny.
why I don't think it was
And
funny.
then on the not so funny side was Ashley
She wasn't funny at all.
And Viv.
She was just adorable.
and light skin and
I
Viv
like Skin and Viv.
and Lil
Low
Nicky.
key dark skin
And Little
Viv
Nicky,
wasn't
yeah.
that
Low
funny.
key,
She was
that's
just
what
a
I'm
great.
saying.
She was a good actor.
She was a good actor. That's it. She was a
I
good
mean, it
actor.
was funny. Did you see that dancing
was funny.
audition when she did that?
Oh, nah, that
She
shit
did
was
Scene
that.
Top 5 best scenes of the whole
She
show.
did that.
Top 5
Of the whole show.
Oh, what? Top 5 what?
5
Best scenes of that whole
Top
show.
5 best Aunt Viv scenes of that show.
There's a couple I can name, but
Top 5.
You got the one at the end with the why you don't love me, man. That shit.
No, we're not talking
Oh,
about. We're not talking
damn.
about like emotional.
You
we're
said
talking
top 5
about-
scenes.
Funny.
Oh, funny?
Funny.
Funny.
Because that's what we're talking about.
I
We're
want to.
talking
I
about
want to
funny people.
explain why I don't think it was a good.
Please
First
explain.
off, the weight of funny to non-funny, funny is winning. On
Please
that, on that
explain
show.
why you found
the
that
relationship,
Fresh
the relationship between all of those funny characters versus the ones that are not funny, helped the non-funny people move
All I'm
on
saying
in the
is
show.
y'all niggas is tweaking. The
And
Cosby
then-
Show is hilarious.
No,
Very
Shut up.
hilarious. It
Look,
was.
Fresh Prince. No, Cosby Show was. It wasn't hilarious.
Wasn't hilarious.
It was funny though. I liked it.
it had funny times.
No, look, listen.
Please,
Cosby
I wanna
Show.
hear you out.
Cosby Show was really funny. It was really funny. I'll give it that.
Cosby
But
Show was funny.
you know how you know certain things.
Because
are
Bill
just like-
Cosby didn't give a fuck. Okay.
certain
And
things.
like his facial expressions and shit.
And his turtle.
Yeah.
So was the show
His
funny or was
funny
Bill Cosby
dance.
funny?
Bill Cosby was funny.
The show itself
the show was
funny.
funny or Bill Cosby was
Listen.
funny?
Bill Cosby really.
We gonna have a marathon. We gonna
Really, Bill
hang out,
Cosby
we gonna watch a
really,
marathon.
really kept that show going.
It
to
really
me,
did. He
honestly.
had 8
He
whole
was the
seasons.
one that was funny, right? Listen,
Claire
was
hilarious, son.
let me.
We go. I'm telling y'all, man.
Oh man, can I finish my statement? I'm trying to transition
I
to
do
Fresh
get
Prince.
Yes.
All
right,
Let's
so-
go. Yeah.
The Cosby Show was funny. It was funny. I'll give it that. Was it hilarious? No. Is it in my top 5 black sitcoms? No. But it was funny.
Okay.
So now let's go to
Let
Fresh
us
Prince.
finish.
Fresh Prince, right?
Watch it and
I
see
don't think
that.
Fresh Prince was funny because then Will would throw a lot of his character would throw a lot of corny jokes.
He was
because
corny,
his jokes they were funny, but he was corny.
He was corny.
No shade to Will Smith. Will Smith is a great actor. The nigga made Let's Get Jiggy With It, Ooh Na Na, and he made Switch, which is a great song too. You feel me? But then his character was really, really corny. He did corny rap. I only expect him to do corny comedy. So
But he's goofy.
That's why I compare when people say, Fresh Prince is better than Martin. That
it
shit get me
wasn't.
tight.
That's not.
I don't
even,
think so.
That's an insult.
I don't think so.
If y'all niggas is tripping. Niggas is tripping.
Fresh
If we're
Prince-
talking,
What?
if we're talking writing, storyline,
Fresh Prince
all that
is funnier
let me finish.
longer.
No,
What?
no.
Absolutely.
If we're talking
Alright.
fun, if we're talking
I
storyline
watched
and how we
Fridays.
write and how the show is written, Fresh Prince got it because Fresh Prince definitely had a storyline. They had characters losing. This nigga fucking met his dad and then found out he went to Disney World with
Martin
his dad.
has storylines
Let me
too.
finish. Let me finish. Went to Disney World with his dad and found out that his dad left him at
He
the end of the
wasn't
episode.
shit.
And that episode was one of the saddest episodes. That shit is still memed today. That episode probably aired in 1990.
You know, people
whatever.
are saying
It
that
still
that
aired
scene
today.
was real,
You
but it
feel
really
me?
wasn't real.
Yeah,
But-
that was real.
But Martin,
That had a
Stop it,
storyline.
Shanae.
Yeah, season 5. Let's talk about season
Shanae.
5.
Season 5 is the only bad season, and honestly,
But that was
and
because of the
honestly,
lawsuit.
At least.
and
That was
honestly,
because of the lawsuit.
and honestly,
Fresh Prince
and
ran from
honestly, look,
89 to
honestly-
what, 96, 97? Somebody fact check that.
honestly, Fresh Prince. Martin. The 5th season, yeah, there were some bad episodes, but there were some actual funny episodes.
It was because of the
Yes,
not
chemistry.
the season.
It was because of the chemistry
You're bugging, bro.
because
It's
of
just
the
only the
lawsuit.
chemistry.
That
Yeah,
lawsuit
man.
ruined the chemistry
Yeah, but the
between
episodes
the
weren't
main
that funny is
cast.
what I'm saying.
I
Even
just feel like
But
Martin
even
was just
then,
funny
even
because
because of the
Martin
lawsuit,
was
they
funny,
still
and then
kept
he
their
just carried the
composure.
show.
it was, so that doesn't mean the show isn't funny.
But that's why I
The
put
show is funny.
That's why I put Fresh Prince.
But he
on
wasn't
there.
the he wasn't the only funny character.
He was-
Tommy,
Granted, he was like he was like he played almost everybody in the show besides the main
key,
characters.
he was the only real funny character.
I said that too.
So we forgetting about Bro Man? Shut up!
Birdman from
Yeah, 3 episodes. Like,
Bro Man
was on like 3 episodes.
No, he
was
wasn't.
not only on 3 episodes, bro. You're bugging.
We can go to the fact checks.
Let's go.
We can go to Google.
Yeah, it should be.
I don't know, man. I just feel like Fresh Prince.
It's a better show.
It's the better
100%.
show, and that's really just what it is.
I don't know.
But
I don't think so. Martin was hilarious, but
It was.
I was
Go
about
ahead.
to pull this back to
Go ahead.
my whole Friends thing because
Go
like
ahead.
that's what we were talking about at first.
go ahead.
And why I don't like Friends. It's just the humor because it's supposed to be a sitcom. It's not supposed to be I can relate to this, so this is a cool show kind of thing, which is what I felt it was. Like the comedy behind it just was not funny. And I said
Behind Friends?
Behind Friends.
Yo, I forgot about Hustle Man from Martin. That nigga was funny
Yo,
as shit.
Jerome. I said Jerome.
I mean, that's Martin though, so that don't count.
Yeah, that's Martin.
That's Martin, so it don't count.
was
But
talking about
Hustle
He's
Man,
a character though.
Hustle Man with the turkeys, bro. This nigga had rotisserie turkeys in his jacket. Stop it, son.
Wow,
The nigga
Fresh Prince has been
came-
on for 6 years. That's crazy. But anyway.
And Martin was like 5. But you good.
If it wasn't for that
It was 5
lawsuit, I
seasons.
feel like the seasons would have carried over.
Well,
But anyway,
whatever.
continue about Friends and
And
your
I
rant.
said that because of how I feel about Friends, I would rather just watch Seinfeld. And let me tell you why I watched Seinfeld.
Did you watch Seinfeld?
No, please
Yes, I
explain.
watched
I want to
Seinfeld.
hear
You thought it was
point.
funny?
I was the reason why I started
Yeah.
to watch Seinfeld
I heard-
was because I'm a communications major.
Oh, okay.
I was a communications major. I'm out of school, but I had to watch Friends and I had to watch Seinfeld for both of my communications
And
classes.
Seinfeld was funnier than Friends?
And Seinfeld had like I was focused more on the comedy of Seinfeld than I did on the comedy of Friends.
Because definitely because the comedy
And that's
in
why
Friends,
I thought that I would rather watch Seinfeld because I'd rather just laugh. I don't need
then-
to. I
then
don't need
you
to
don't want
relate
drama.
to shit.
You don't want drama. Word.
I don't need to relate to
I
anything.
get
If
what
I
you're
wanted to
saying.
relate to it, I'd rather watch
Nah,
Friends.
you're right.
I get
you're
But
right.
if I wanted to just laugh and be like,
I
that's
heard-
crazy, I'd just watch.
I heard that if you want to chuckle, you watch Seinfeld. If you want to laugh, you watch Martin. That's what I heard.
Where are we bringing Martin from?
Martin is the greatest.
NT Ways. Anyways.
Anti-ways?
NT Ways. Yes, I said that. But
Anti has ways?
This nigga, bro, man, bro.
you are so annoying.
Birdman,
Bring it back.
flow.
Bring
Bro,
it
man,
back
go
before
sign
we
up.
go
Go
on a damn.
Come on, Reginald Ballard?
Chinadu.
What's up?
Chinadu.
Speak
Look.
on it.
I was talking to my friend the other day. Speaking of Seinfeld. I was speaking to my friend. And this is, I don't know if this is going to hurt your feelings or what it's going to do. I don't know. But my friend said that Wale was overrated.
Who's your friend?
I'm not naming
Where
names.
did it- no, give me
I'm
the
not
address.
naming names.
Give
I'm
me
not
the
naming names.
address.
I'm not naming
Give me the
addresses.
Addy, though.
Personally, I don't know my friend's address.
What's the opinion? Like, what is the reason for
Yeah,
that
why do
opinion?
they feel like that?
I
Are we
think,
going into most overrated rappers?
Or are they just dick eating and following trends?
I think it was because, like,
That double ball.
I honestly feel like I think the comments started because we were talking about MMG, and then like the conversation started about Rick Ross. That's how it started. Like Rick Ross has great beat selection, like all
He has
that
an ear
shit.
for
He has an
music.
ear for music.
He definitely does.
Which
They don't
one of the
really
best ears I've heard in
No,
recent
definitely,
times.
definitely.
And then we were just talking about MMG, yada yada yada. I'm not a big fan of Meek. Like we
Meek
bonded
is
about
alright.
that. And then I was like, yo, so how do you feel about Wale? Back in the day, I used to listen to Wale a lot. Like, I didn't think that some of his more recent stuff was, like, the best. But I'm never going to say that Wale is overrated. Never would I say that. But he said that he was overrated. Because I think it was just, like, out of, like, that group of people, like the Rick Ross, the Meeks, the Wales, all of them, like, out of, like, the shine that they got or, like, the recognition that they got,
Wale got the least.
he got the least, but like the leverage that he got with that was overrated. I think that's what it was. Like he had like Lotus Flower Bomb, and he had
That
like
was
all of
very
these like
overrated.
very commercial songs, but those commercial songs made him an overrated artist without listening to like all of his other shit, you know?
It's funny because with Wale, like the most popular songs are always the songs where he is like talking about a girl.
Okay, fine. What you said, right?
Which sucks.
And mind you, that don't attack me because this ain't my view.
Don't attack me. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just saying, right?
Yes,
when you say
Speak your piece.
when you say somebody's overrated, the onus typically is on the artist, right? All the flack, responsibility, weight, it goes to the artist.
Absolutely.
You said, what was it that you said?
I said that his viewpoint was that out of his conglomerate, like he had what he did with his shine was just overrated because his most popular stuff and what people paid attention to, which was a big part of it, which is why I sort of debunked what he was saying, was overrated, like the Lotus Flower Bombs.
So what people
and the
paid
Ambitions
attention to, is it his fault or is it the laziness of the listener?
That's
Because a
true
lot
as
of the
well.
times people
That's
try
true
to
as
put
well.
it on the artist and say, oh, he's whack, trash, corny, overrated, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, okay, if you've known the stuff before, right? If all you know is That Way and Lotus Flower Bomb and Bad and all of them shits, and you want to call somebody overrated, it's like, well, your ears are overrated.
And that's
feel me?
why
You're
I
not-
think that all the Twitter hype about Wale is bad. They're just thinking
You gotta
about
go
all
and
of
actually
the...
listen to discography because like the mixtape about even
Fire.
let's go back 100 Miles of Running was fire.
Anybody
You feel
that
me?
likes rap
music,
anybody that
who
likes rap
Wale?
and hip hop
It's
music,
just-
you can't. If you actually listen to his music, you will never tell me that his
the
stuff
thing
is
about
overrated.
Wale,
It's just that people don't do their due diligence. People know that Wale is like an emotional guy and he
Yeah,
cares.
yeah,
and he
definitely.
cares. And then they try to
Definitely.
poke and prod and try to make it seem like he's emotional.
Yeah.
And all of this hate and
That's true
shit is
shit.
just because it's cool
The most-
to
Definitely.
pick at the guy that
Definitely.
cares about the
the,
art.
mo-
You feel me?
the thing about Wale is that I don't think it's that Wale is corny. I just think it's the actions that he does.
He does.
You understand? Like Wale is the type of person that if he feels like he's not getting recognition, he's gonna tell you,
Absolutely.
"Yo, I'm not getting recognition." You understand?
Absolutely.
And people are gonna be like, "Yo, bruh, if you're good, we'll tell you you're good. If you're not, son, you should be doing something different." And it's like he even said this in an interview one time. He was like, "Yo, Rick Ross was telling me, yo, man, because he made that song, Tats on My Arm. I don't know if everybody remember
Oh,
that song.
yeah.
That song, I like the song,
Me
honestly.
too.
But Ross told him, he was like, yo, you need to make more songs like that. That's how you build, you get your fan base, you build your thing. And Wale's not that type of dude.
He's not really trying.
He's not really a trap artist. You
Yeah.
understand? Wale's
Yeah.
more go-go, more conscious. You understand? So it's more on Wale's actions, not his music.
Well, when we say
so when
that-
you see headlines like, oh,
Yeah.
Wale told off Kendrick Lamar because Kendrick Lamar didn't hit him back on Twitter and shit like that. Nigga, it's gonna seem like Wale is salty or corny, and that's not the case.
Right.
The nigga has mad talent. Granted, I wasn't a big fan of the last album, but before that, I mean, from Festivus back, I was in love with it.
Right.
You understand? The kid has
Honestly,
bars.
I
He's
used
one of my
to
favorite
love
rappers.
Wale.
He was really up
I
there.
used to love Wale, yo.
But we talking about
But
underrated.
what makes you say you
Used
used to?
I felt like once Wale, I don't know, for a minute he disappeared and then he came back and then he had these visuals with like, see, I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't want anybody to feel like.
Too late.
Now we'll correct you. You good? 'Cause we Wale
When he had like his visuals with like showing like the black girls dancing, they had the African style.
Oh, you're talking about My Sweetie.
My sweet.
Yeah, like
Oh, back then?
Yeah.
I don't know when. I think he lost me after he had that collab with Nicki Minaj, and I forgot when it was.
Clappers to the
Clappers.
front. That
Clappers.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, after
hard.
that. No, I'm not saying it wasn't her. I'm saying
What album was
after
that?
What album
that.
was that? Gifted?
Gifted.
After that, yeah, like Gifted. I probably listened to that
Fucking
and
ass album.
what was that song he had with Sam Du?
Love, hate.
I
Love
Hate.
Hate.
Thing.
After that,
Oh, that
I
was
didn't hit
We
like
thought that was
Ambitious.
shit.
I heard that from from start
After
to finish.
that, yeah, definitely. I thought. He
And
was
then
gonna blow up
after like those two songs,
to like
he lost me.
I know a lot of people who say they did not like Gifted. Mind you,
lost me.
I'm not
Maybe
like the
I
biggest
just
fan of
don't
Gifted,
know.
but he
Gifted
had
might be
great
his best
songs
album.
on
That
it.
might be my
Maybe
favorite
I'm starting to
Wale
be
It
a
might be
lazy
his best-
listener.
I think The
'cause,
Gifted
like,
is
he
my
lost
favorite
me.
one.
No. It might be his best. Let's look at Wale albums.
To me,
right?
it is. We ain't
Ambition
gonna
is
get
the
an
first
argument.
one, right?
So you would say it's better than Ambitious?
No.
It's
No,
better
sorry,
than
Ambition was the
It's
first
definitely
one.
better than Ambition.
It's definitely better than Ambition.
Why do you? Can you explain why?
He was actually rapping.
rapping.
Thematically,
His
a lot of the songs spilled into each other, and the themes spilled into
Jesus
each other
Peace is
too.
probably one of the greatest.
Like he
Wale
was
songs
rapping
ever
from the
written.
perspective of a
a
chain.
chain.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
nah.
he was talking about like moving bricks and building bricks and
What's the
building
other song?
blocks to getting out of different situations.
Rotation. Rotation is
That
my
nigga had the
shit.
Black Heroes.
Oh nah.
That album was crazy,
Gifted might be
son.
one
Maybe
of
I
his
need
best
A lot of
albums.
people say that they don't like Gifted, and I feel like it's just because of like the hype that he had. As far as like what you were saying, like
Being
if
proud
he
of
don't
his
like,
music.
he's
Yeah,
proud
he's
of
proud of
what he
what he
delivered.
That's
delivers.
probably
He's
why.
he's
Yeah.
not like the other MMG niggas,
Yeah,
He's not.
No, he's not.
which is what
Which
I
is
don't
why-
think people like.
Yeah,
I feel like people
that's
like.
probably where I lost.
So I feel like some people sometimes like music conglomerates to
gotta
sound
try to
similar, so that they can have a
understand
unified sound.
I feel like a part of the reason
shit
people
whack,
don't
'cause-
understand
And that's
Wale.
whack.
That's not
I
true.
feel like a part of the reason people don't like Wale's music is because he kind of doesn't know how to focus on one thing. Like his contemporaries and the people that he tries to like not emulate, but like say that his music is in the same lane, like Kendrick and Cole. They can break down a project concisely
True
and
shit.
have it like into one theme.
Wait,
Wale-
are you defending J. Cole?
I'm not. I'm just saying like they can.
I thought I said don't mention
Okay,
that.
'cause
I'm not. No,
I'm hearing.
I'm just
like,
bringing. I'm just giving context.
Okay, all right,
I'm just
all
giving
right.
context because, like, right, Cole can have an album framed in one direction. If songs reach the radio, then they reach. Kendrick, same thing. One diamond, it goes in like
Yeah,
it's
Wale-
literally talk. Wale, it
got
kind of plays.
avenues.
He kind of plays
West,
both
North,
sides of the joint,
South.
which shows versatility, right?
Word.
But people don't appreciate that because they're thinking this guy thinks he's like Cole, this guy thinks he's like Kendrick, this guy thinks he's like a Jay-Z
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he
And
thinks
they'll
he's
be
of that
like-
ilk, but he can't balance
Can
it
we-
well. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
That's
right.
what I feel.
That's
people
the music
think.
industry, though.
Me,
I wanna
I fuck
mention-
with it. The shit is hard to me.
I want to mention
Right,
another.
right.
I want to mention another.
Shine was hard.
Shine was alright. I want to mention another underrated rapper. We're
Are
not
we doing
doing
underrated or
artists.
overrated?
Overrated.
Over.
Overrated?
Another
'Cause it was
overrated
overrated.
rapper.
Man,
Rapper.
If you talk
Remember,
about that guy from
listeners,
Detroit,
remember what I'm saying. I'm talking rap, not artistry, not singing.
if you're
Rap.
talking about that guy from Detroit, man.
We're gonna talk about that nigga from. We're gonna talk about that nigga from Detroit soon. But we're gonna talk about first that nigga from Toronto. That
Drake.
nigga
Oh,
Drake.
God.
Yo, somebody turn this
Rap?
last mic off. Man.
You can turn it on and turn it back on.
I want to hear why
Drake
he's overrated.
It's overrated
He's
because
super overrated.
I'll say this. It's because Drake, right? Not to say that the guy doesn't have some,
Very
some
talented.
skills.
He's
He's not
talented.
talented. I'm not saying he's not talented. All I'm saying is that,
Shit's
you feel me? Drake says shit. You understand? If Drake says shit, it's cool. You know? If another rapper were to say it, should be whack. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're right.
Right?
What was
If-
your statement again? Sorry.
If Drake says
Some
something
bullshit.
is shut up. If Drake says something, it's cool. It's the wave. It's how the culture or society should live from now on. If another rapper says the same thing the same way as Drake does, that shit is whack.
I mean, that's Wale.
Nah, you're right.
It's Wale.
You're right.
Wale
But what I'm
is
saying- what I'm
literally
saying-
J.
that's
Cole.
Why, that's why.
Especially in the early
you're,
going.
You're right. You're right.
When J. Cole did it, it would go 500,000 first week. Wale says it only does a $150.
$150, yeah.
You feel me?
But what I'm
And one
saying
can
about-
say it's a pigment thing. You feel me?
Nah, you're definitely right.
I'm just saying, like,
Look, yeah, no, definitely.
Who
Hip-hop
sells
is
more,
our own-
Kendrick or J. Cole?
Doc.
Kendrick now.
All right.
Well, now Kendrick. Before
Kendrick. J. Cole.
J. Cole's
Especially
last
signing
album
with Jay-Z.
didn't.
Born Sinner or
No.
No.
Oh, for your eyes. What?
That was For Your
Forest
Eyes was the
Hill.
last one.
Forest
I'm
Hill.
surprised I remember the name of that.
It sold
Forest Hill did better.
It sold 150,000.
We're just
We're not about to get into
good.
this because
Let me
let's not,
just say statistics. It sold 400-some thousand. I think.
viewers,
Kendrick-
he's saying that Forest Hill was trash.
It was
trash. It was not trash.
It was the half.
Basura.
The
You like
second,
that
the second half. was trash.
Continue.
Anyway,
Continue.
it sold like 400 something first week.
Hogwash.
But it still went platinum. Continue.
No,
fine.
I'm not talking
Soulja Boy
about.
went
I'm not talking about.
MC
shut
Hammer
up.
went plat.
Shut up.
Okay.
We just trying to get to our point.
Yeah, fact. I'm talking about For Your Eyes, not.
Okay, that still went platinum.
For Your Eyes did like 400 something first week. I think Kendrick did Chill with the Whistling, bro.
Word, because that's gonna be loud as hell.
Yeah, Chill with the Whistling. I think Kendrick did 6 or 7.
670.
He did more than J. Cole.
670. He did more than so now. But For Your Eyes only definitely sold more than I think Pimp the Butterfly.
First
It
week
sure did.
First week.
But
yeah.
let's talk about the concept of what to pick.
Wait, can we go back to Drake? Because I was talking about Drake.
we
All
got
right,
off
let's do
topic.
it, but we're gonna.
Look,
Go ahead.
Drake is overrated.
Very overrated.
I think Drake should. I mean, I'm not saying the kid can't rap. He has some bars. He has some bars.
We here.
Shut up. He has some bars, but it's like, bro, like there's a lot of shit that you say that just goes over. It doesn't correlate, or it's just cultural appropriation. Honestly, I just hate Drake. To be honest with you.
Wait, you hate Drake or you
Nigga, you
just
the
like
whole
Drake?
minute.
I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan.
So
of
listen,
Okay, wait. I just want to say.
there are Drake songs that I
just
do
want to
like.
say.
Madonna off of that.
Drake?
It's Too Late.
Very
probably
underrated
one-
project.
Absolutely.
It's probably one of our favorite songs. Drake's. And this is for all the Drake listeners. You can hear me now.
Nigga said
Take
Madonna
Care
was
wasn't his
one of
best
his
album.
favorite
Nothing Was the
songs.
Same was his best album.
It was.
Nothing Was the Same was his best
Nigga
album.
said-
And you
He's
wanna know
really
why?
good live too.
Do you want to know why?
Madonna, that's how you know he's a hater. Madonna. is
no,
Why?
you're definitely right.
One of my favorite.
Why?
Drake songs,
Why?
Madonna.
Explain why.
Because of that guy, Party Next Door. Party Next Door wrote.
He's a great writer.
He did a lot of the reference tracks for a lot of the songs on there.
He's a great
That's
writer.
why it was the best. Granted, the Take Care was like done by it was basically the Weeknd Part 2, but
So what I heard was that Drake is an overrated rapper because what he says is cool, and then if anybody else takes it, it's not.
I don't know, man. I feel like he says a lot of corny shit. He does. And the type of rap I like, I don't really like the
Drake
silly
is.
rap.
He's
I don't
only
like,
overrated because he's a smart businessman.
I think he
He
uses,
has a whole
he uses,
song,
he
One
uses
Dance. that
he uses the
Play every white person I know like that shit, and there's no curses in that shit. And yes, he appropriated the culture, but it's a good selling song.
The nigga tried to speak in patois.
He's
On
from
the track.
Toronto, where there are
not
Jamaicans.
Caribbean.
Not Caribbean.
Okay, but there are Caribbeans around his area.
That don't mean shit.
I'm really just
You don't
not
see me going
here.
on
I'm
track
just
saying
not
"Suck my
hearing.
sand."
I'm not
My best
making an
friend Haitian.
excuse. I'm just saying that's
Nah,
probably
man.
why he does what
I'm
he
just
does.
not
It's
hearing
because to
where
Drake, man. Drake is tough.
He
trying-
is tough.
He trying to get
not
a- he
hearing
trying to
You
get
a
a-
hater.
He trying to
Wait,
get a
didn't you
Drake.
just say that Drake was overrated?
yes.
He overrated, but I'm not saying.
Chilling
I'm
over here
saying he
trying to get
overrated,
a
but I
Drake
still
feature.
fuck with Drake though.
Absolutely.
I fuck with Drake.
I like it. No, I actually like
I'm
Drake
not
too.
hating on him
Now-
that he's overrated.
now me.
I support that he's overrated.
I have been a fan of
I
Mr.
do.
Aubrey
Trash.
for
His mixtape,
for
definitely.
a hot.
Aubrey Chuku.
Try. Honestly, and I understand.
I mean, he did
I
the song
understand
with
that.
Wiz. He wrote.
Aubrey
Wizkid wrote his
Chuku.
song.
Yeah, Wizkid wrote his song. Say that correctly. Look, the reason why I don't blame females for liking Drake is because Drake is a female artist. A female, like, he raps for the ladies.
So what?
He doesn't. I'm not saying
What's
that's
wrong
bad.
with that?
LL Cool J did it.
I want to
and
rap for the ladies. And I want
Charlie
to
Gambino did it.
Childish Gambino's not really
Yes, he
a
did.
rapper. He raps.
Gambino
but
rap for the women?
We'll get into it.
What?
That's-
Yeah, we're
that's-
not getting into it. That's the next
Drake-
Let's tie
episode.
together. Let's tie
That's
together.
the next episode.
Tie together.
Drake-
Anyway.
Drake he's for the ladies. Like, I
Yes.
think honestly, Marvin's Room was probably one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. And I'll
But
tell
it
you
was
why.
the most
I'll tell you why.
remix.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you
It was
why.
the most
All right,
No,
okay.
so stop. You're gonna let me say my topic. You're not about to distract me. Look.
Too late.
Anyway, Marvin's Room, and you want to know why? It's because I heard that song. It's not I heard it on YouTube. It's not like I heard it on my phone. The first time I ever heard that song was on the radio. Why are they playing
to the
You
XO.
Crying
No, listen,
See Me on the radio? I'm
What's
trying
wrong
to
with that?
bump. Dude,
What's wrong with that?
Oh.
That's not even
It
the
was
same
a
song.
time era.
Cups of the XO.
Cups of the XO?
Bitches on my neck show,
Still
right?
trash,
I should
though.
call one and
Cups of the
call.
XO, that shit is still trash though.
Okay,
got
but
the time
do
to
you gotta
kick in the
realize how
wall.
many
I
people
gotta
covered
listen- I
that
haven't listened to
shit?
that song in years.
So
yo.
covers for that.
I'm just trying to tie together everything that was just said, and I have not heard one statement that was said that proves that Drake is overrated. Like
I said it. I said
know
it.
you said no. All of yours came from basically I just hate Drake.
No.
That's
The first thing I said is that if Drake says something,
and
it's
said
cool.
Drake says something, it's cool. But
And
what?
if another rapper says the same thing, the shit is whack.
How is that how
Because-
is that considered overrated?
Well,
and not
wait,
just him
first
being
of all,
popular?
first of all,
Okay,
what makes
can
an
you name me-
artist
can you-
overrated?
I want you to name me a hot Drake bar. Like a hot Drake bar where I'll just be like,
let
I'll
me
sit
get my
down,
phone.
I'll sit down and be like, oh my god, that shit was
Let me get my
amazing.
phone. Let me get
Name
my
me
phone.
a hot
I'm
Drake
about
bar.
to. I'm about to right now.
A hot Drake bar.
Shout out Yachty, but this ain't a little boat.
That's not that.
That shit was trash. That shit was
I mean, I didn't say it. You said it. Drake
what's
said-
that shit?
Garbino, my nigga. That shit was garbage.
But yeah, on both. That wasn't his song.
No, that's not
That
the
was
hottest
Gucci, right?
bar.
Gucci's song.
Nah, that was a joke.
That was trash
That
too.
was a
I'm sorry. Shout out to Gucci though. I like Gucci. Drop Top WAP was probably top 5 albums this year, low key. But
Debatable.
anyway, that's a different.
Know
that's
that I
Definitely
don't make
debatable.
music for niggas that don't get pussy, because those are the ones
That's
that
not
count on
the
to diss me or
hardest.
overlook me.
Shit was trash.
Talking directly to you.
I mean, that's
Pretty much,
exactly
pretty much.
why.
That's why you think it's trash, because you just don't like him.
No,
That's not
it's
the
not that.
hottest.
I feel like I honestly just feel like he's like Drake.
I can still
Drake-
get you wet and I can still make you laugh. One of
Yeah,
the
that's
greatest
crazy.
lines I've ever heard
Is
in
that
my
a great
entire
line?
Yes.
That's a. I
Because
can still
these girls
make
be
you
trying
wet,
to forget, bro.
and I can
That's
still
all I'm
make
saying.
you laugh.
These girls are trying to forget. That's
That's
all
a
I'm saying.
great line.
I can still get you wet and I can still make you
That's
laugh.
a great
Is
line.
he
It's a
on-
marvelous
Hello,
line.
yes, that's
It's a marvelous line.
relatable.
That's a great line. Are you
Something
serious?
on-
Marvelous, not great.
This is the same nigga that is Nas is his favorite rapper.
I have a
That's
couple
a
favorite
great.
rappers.
What's wrong with
line.
that?
Nah, man.
You could
This
have.
Nas said "Asti Spumanti." That's better than anything Drake
I
has
never
ever
heard that on
said.
wax before him. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you're a fucking
I ain't
liar.
gonna lie.
You're a fucking liar.
So, well, first of all, what makes an artist overrated?
when the power of how they're being perceived in the public doesn't match to the content that
we
they're
haven't
Right,
agreed on
right,
one.
right.
We haven't agreed on one overrated.
which is why I personally feel
Oh, God,
like
here they
your
go.
fave Chancellor the rapper
Oh, come on.
or whatever
Chance
or
the Rapper- I'm not gonna lie,
singer,
Chance the Rapper
preacher,
is
the
overrated.
the
Chance
singer,
the
the
preacher.
talker, whatever you want to call him. I
Y'all
don't
gonna
know.
stop disrespecting God.
We're not
He's
disrespecting
overrated.
him. He is overrated though.
because
I felt like after
Because-
acid rap, that's
Because-
where the shit just.
I'm just gonna say why he's overrated.
That's where the shit just really
To
over.
me.
It
I'm
Y'all
gonna
got,
why
wanna
he's
worship devil
overrated.
worshippers.
It got out of hand.
Can the young man get saved?
I'm gonna tell y'all why.
yeah, word.
I'm gonna tell y'all why he's overrated in just a very, very short amount of time. Chance the Rapper is overrated because right now the hype that he's getting as a person is way stronger than the music that he's putting out.
You
Chance
think
the
so?
Rapper as a person is dope. Like, you're doing great shit for your community. The praise that he gets as a person is dope, warranted, whatever, cool. He did a lot of shit for his community, does a lot of shit for whatever. Cool, wonderful, whatever. All of that is, one, more important than, two, more impactful than, three, better than his music, to me.
After acid rap.
After acid rap. Because acid rap was cool.
Yeah, it was.
It was cool.
great.
It was
So you're gonna
It was
say
cool.
you're gonna say an artist
It was
after
cool. It was
we'll
cool.
say 3 projects in, the 3rd project makes him overrated.
You can
After
be called.
I'm
You
just
can be called
asking.
overrated off
After
your
your
first
first-
shit.
I'm just saying you don't gotta fix your face at me. I just
No,
asked
no.
a question.
Your question was answered.
Your question was answered. You can
Okay,
be
that's
called
fine.
overrated off your first
After-
shit. If,
yeah, no,
if
definitely.
the general public says, "Oh my God, this nigga's fire," blah blah blah, off your first shit, and I listen to it, and I'm like, I don't see
don't
where
see
this
it.
is coming from.
No, I mean I like Chancellor, definitely. I like him. I loved Acid
I liked
Rap.
Mixtape
Was probably
Kids.
when Acid Rap came out, Lost. I mean, No Name is Bay right there,
I
but
love No Name.
Lost was
She
probably
is
one of my
big.
favorite songs
All I'm
No,
saying is
niggas
niggas
on
is-
that. So But I definitely
Giving
feel you
Chance
because the
flack
last
for not
album,
rapping,
the coloring
starts
book,
rapping.
it wasn't. It didn't hit me the
Everybody's
same way.
fucking with Chance the Rapper, the person right now, rather than Coloring Book.
Nah,
and that
I'm fucking with
nigga
Coloring
is
Book.
still getting awards off
I'm
of Coloring
fucking
Book, but
with
everybody's
Coloring
fucking
Book.
with
No,
Chance the
but-
Rapper
but
because
the-
he gave money
but-
back to Chicago.
But the
because he's
general
doing all of this
consensus,
shit.
the general consensus
She
is
not
that
lying.
Coloring Book is a good album.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
But that's the general consensus.
I don't
General
believe.
consensus.
I don't believe it's
Like
a
the
good
mass-
album either. It's a great album.
No, sure, but
Great.
The grand.
I feel like it was a copy of his last Acid Rap. Acid Rap.
Nah.
He had
Acid
Acid
Rap,
Rap
my
had
man
that
was on-
choir voice. He had that
But
gospel
my man
voice. It
was on
gospel.
drugs. He was on
soundtrack.
drugs in Acid Rap. He was doing
Okay.
he was doing Molly.
But
he
he's
was doing
still. You talking?
fucking.
I'm talking about the
smoking weed.
sound. I'm
That
not talking
nigga
about the
pretty
story.
he's
I'm
not
talking
doing
about the
that shit.
sound.
Coloring Book was trying to put what he's trying to do in person into music, and it wasn't correlating.
Yeah, that gospel. I don't know, man. That
the
gospel stuff. It didn't really work
like,
for me.
I'm cool. Let's
That
all
shit was in
empower
Acid
and, like,
Rap.
let's move things and let's do stuff for our
I just
community.
wanna
Let's
know if it was-
be all about Black Power. Let's do all this kind of stuff that he was trying to relay in. Nah.
I think everybody was
No,
just
you're right.
supporting that he
You're right.
was trying to be
I
an
agree.
independent.
I don't
artist.
think he's overrated.
I
I just
do.
think that album, the Coloring Book, was overrated.
very overrated.
I think it was overrated.
I didn't even listen.
I think you guys are
I
crazy.
tried to understand it, but
This nigga should have though. I think the
Coloring Book was hard, bro.
Alright.
The music was good. Like my fault.
Let's end the podcast right now.
Yeah, because we can get into whole other
Yeah.
topics
But-
like best
No,
albums
but-
of that year. Like,
Nah, but Coloring Book was a tad bit overrated.
it was.
I didn't really fuck with a lot of the sounds on it because not to say and you know like
do you know what type of music you listen to?
Stop. Let me.
Do you know what type of music?
Let me just.
Please don't let me expose.
Let me just say what I gotta say, and then you can say whatever you want to say. Let me say that to say this. That's Chindu's favorite line, by the way. Let me say that to say this.
I say all of that.
Let's say this. Yeah, I say that to say this.
It shit had no relation to nothing that came before it.
I say that to say this. Look, Chance the Rapper, and you know, you're always gonna be looked at like a God-hating phenom for not liking the
Amen.
Coloring Book.
Amen.
You look like a
Lucifer.
deviant, or Lucifer,
a secular
a
being,
Jezebel.
Satan.
let's
whatever
talk
the
about
case
how I
may
don't
be.
like Coloring Book, but I like Kirk. Let's continue.
No, for real though.
But look, the Coloring Book, it was not. I don't know. Like we have Lecrae for the gospel rap.
I
You feel me?
don't hit
We
play on
have
Coloring Book at all.
We have Lecrae. I don't know if and people
He's
don't.
not a
probably-
gospel rapper anymore.
He's not a gospel rapper anymore.
Anymore.
Well, back when he was actually doing
was
like
his
Christian
lane.
rap.
That
you
was
feel
his
me?
lane.
Lecrae was doing Christian. He was the best Christian rapper out here right now. That's his lane.
Arguably of all time.
Like no, dead ass.
Crazy.
The best Christian rapper. My cousins who are dead Christians introduced me to this guy, and I was like,
Blown
Jesus
away.
Christ, this guy is fucking amazing.
My God, this guy is just doing it.
Oh my God. So, but Chance the Rapper tried to go in the same lane as old Lecrae, because
There
you
you
know Lou
go.
Lecrae is a demon worshiper.
Yeah.
He tried to go with
Motherfucker.
old Lecrae, and I was just like, bro, I don't know if I'm feeling it. But Coloring Book just didn't hit for me. Like, I mean, No Problems was cool.
Yeah.
Up All Night was
Yeah.
a dope song
Yeah.
actually. Like, if you play that shit in the background of that's like walking down the street music. You feel
Yeah,
me? Up
word,
All Night.
word.
But like, I don't know, Blessings. I think Blessings 2. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Blessings 1 was cool. But it's just
It
like
was just, as an
all
album,
the
it
other
just
stuff,
wasn't.
like I don't know, man. Man. I mean, I'm you know me. I like No Name. No Name is bae.
You like a
She's
lot
really-
of bullshit
yeah.
too.
She's really like
Yeah.
for real. She's the truth.
No Name is bae.
Shout out to No Name. You
Let's
doing your
just
thing,
end
girl.
this podcast
We support
on
you.
The fact that
That
Coloring Book just
was
wasn't that. It wasn't
All
that.
right, it wasn't trash, but it just
And
wasn't.
Chance the Rapper is not a new artist.
He's definitely not a new.
No,
He's
fact.
definitely-
Stop giving him new artist awards.
Keep giving him the awards, but he's
BET
get it clear now.
BET needs to go and correct
He's
himself.
not. He's never watched.
They
but
just
he's
don't
not
have
new.
any artists to
He's
choose
been
from.
out for like
Cardi
5
B was
years
a
already.
nominee.
Cardi B definitely should have gotten
Cardi B
it.
was a nominee.
But
She
it's all
could've
good, you
got
know. I mean, it's whatever.
Just check my account.
Not to say,
Turns out
like I
rich,
said, I'm a
rich,
Chance
rich.
fan.
I put my hand above my hip.
Can we rank
I
Bodak
bet.
Yellow
She did.
from 1 to
She
10?
did.
Bodak Yellow, 7.
12.
7.
You
8.3.
gassy. You gassed at 12 for real?
8.3.
7.
I'm a stand though. So it's
8.3.
different. You can't ask me. I'm a stand.
8.3. I'm giving it a 0.3 because I went to a
You don't like
cookout.
it? You don't like Bodak Yellow?
I never said I didn't like it.
Nah, you know that's how you know she didn't like it.
I went to a cookout and all he did was play the intro and just muted the song and every female in that bitch was like, "Say little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you want." And I saw niggas that was doing like the twerk walk and all that shit.
Okay.
Yes.
That's cool. I never said I didn't like the song.
All right. The Bacardi. Look, is it the wrong
Yes, Cardi.
Nah, son, that shit was banging.
I never said it was a bad song.
I give it an 8.
Nah,
But-
yeah, I'll give it an 8.
8.
It's hard though. That song was hard.
That shit was hard.
It's
So we're
I
gonna end
give
it on the fact
I give it a
that
6.
I just wanted to sell.
6.5. We're gonna talk about this next episode.
All
Because
right,
she's
y'all.
bugging out here.
Right.
But it's
Somebody wrote
the
that
Do
shit.
Not Disturb cast.
She didn't write that
You feel me?
shit.
This is our
Podcast.
first podcast.
This nigga is tweaking.
I said it's the cast, as in this is us. We're the cast of the
Good
podcast.
say.
the
Anyway,
apostrophe
so,
cast.
look, apostrophe cast, you feel me? And anyway, so this is the first episode. We out here doing
out
it
here.
big.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.